Are you indicating to me on the 18th, you had 2 drinks?
No, Your Honor, I'm saying I don't remember how many. I believe it was 2 right before breathalyzing. I believe it was.
And then how many did you have after that?
Again, I don't know. It was a few drinks the next day as well.
What?
It was at least a few drinks the next day as well. I don't remember exactly how many, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I didn't measure.
Because then at basically 2 o'clock that next day, PM, you blow a .09.
$50,000 cash. As for your case, we'll have another hearing on May 16th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Next, the court will call the case of People versus Yusef Cyrus. I apologize. Let me back up for a moment. Let's go.
State your name, sir.
Osno Harmon.
Your Honor, the time set for preliminary examination. At this time, in case 25 FB 1007, people are unable to count 1, and would ask the court to remand 2, and in case 25 FB 1036, people are unable to suggest count 1, and would ask the court to remand counts 2 and 3.
All right, starting with case 1007. Count 1 is dismissed. People being unable to proceed on that case. The defendant's not guilty plea will continue as to count 2. So we'll be set for a pretrial in 14B District Court on
March 17th, for Judge Washington.
March 17th?
Yes.
March 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. And on the other matter, people being unable to proceed on count 1, that case is dismissed. Defendant's not guilty plea as to counts 2 and 3 will continue. I'll set this for a pretrial on
That's March,
Go ahead, Sam.
March 27th.
March 27th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I could be heard on bond.
May.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hyman is here today. He was out on bond. Just procedurally, he was out on bond. He was arrested. There was a conditional violation. He's been in jail since. He is. There may be a concern about him returning to the place where he was alleged to have committed the assault. The assaultive actions. He reports that he can stay with his father in Inkster, and I can provide that address to the court. Father was going to be here. I don't see him. I did check in the hall. Also, Your Honor, if there's a concern about alcohol, I would ask the court to allow him to have a sober link to monitor him or any other conditions that the court deems appropriate. Reporting to the CCOP program would certainly be something that would likely ensure that he does not use any substances or alcohol, and would also allow him to demonstrate to the court that he is serious about any recovery that he does need. But I would ask the court to consider replacing him with those conditions and any conditions the court deems necessary to ensure that there is no conflict or any, and to ensure his appearance in court as required on the 17th, 7th.
But he violated.
Okay. And I'm sorry, his father did just walk in.
Yes, I see. But he violated his bond condition when he was released.
Yes, Judge.
Before.
Yes, Your Honor. That's why I'd asked that he be allowed to engage in the CCOP program, and there are means of making sure that of monitoring any alcohol use. Well, there's testing for drugs, but there's instant ways of sober link, or if the court deems necessary, a tether.
Your Honor, I would also have concerns given that alcohol was played a part in the original case with the DV, and that he did get the new bond violation while and picked up a new case. I would also have concerns. I'm not sure if the weapons had been forfeited or turned in, given the facts of the first case, the DV, in which it was alleged that he had a shotgun and threatened the victim.
Has their witnesses lined up. The preliminary examination will take place on May 21st, 2024 at 9 a.m. before Judge Valvo. As for bond, it's been set at $2,625, and I believe a personal bond will be granted in this case. But there's a complication. He has other cases involving carrying concealed weapons, so we need to consider that before moving forward. We can revisit
juncture. You can certainly raise this before Judge Washington. I'm going to deny the defendant's request to reduce his bond. His bond in each matter will continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Riser on behalf of the people.
However, on behalf of Ms. Skibb, who is approaching the podium. Ms. Skibb, please introduce yourself to the court.
My name is Annika Skibb.
Yes, I mispronounce it every time.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, today's the date and time set for pretrial and violation of bond. As to the, would the court prefer to address the bond violation first?
Lost it. Got it. Okay, go ahead.
Would the court prefer to address the bond violation first or the pretrial?
Bond violation.
So, Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Skibb is not going to contest the violation. She is going to admit the violation for drinking and testing positive for the silver lake.
And Skibb, why?
Your Honor, I'm very ashamed because this mistake was absolutely not indicative of the work I've been putting in the last few months, regularly attending meetings, and I'm very involved in the AA community in this area. I did an assessment by First Step Referral Services and was advised to complete inpatient treatment, and this is not at all acceptable, but the idea of having to be away from my son and the stress of this case on me, I allowed it to get to me. And when I messed up, I panicked, but I am currently at Dawn Farm.
Do I have the violation?
And it is the 90-day program, correct? Yeah, so she's in the gold standard.
Well, I'm looking for my copy of the. I may have it. Was it from?
February 20th.
No.
I think that's the date of the violation that I have. What are the reports?
That's what I saw. How much were you drinking?
The day of the 20th, so the first day, I believe I had
The day of the 20th?
The day of the 20th is when I thought the report was sent from, Your Honor.
No, Ms. Gibb, have you seen the bond violation report?
I have not.
Have you had a chance to look at it? We discussed it, Judge, but we haven't.
Sorry, I was thinking about the 18th, Your Honor.
Yes,
On the 18th,
Yes.
you blew a .12.
I had had 2 drinks. Was immediately after, I believe so. I had, I believe, 2 drinks, possibly 3. I don't remember exactly.
Then immediately after that, basically through that was at 10:33 when you blew those numbers. And then basically into the early morning of the 19th, you missed your